Inside the cave, spiders
That's
scuttled
weird, okay.
away from Timmy's light, crawling into small cracks. The larger ones stayed their ground, eyeing little Timmy as if to dare him to break their web. But he didn't. Timmy crept and squeezed past any gap that he could. Ben was down there somewhere. A bat squeaked and flew out of the cave as Timmy approached, and he yelled out in surprise.
Sorry.
After he realized, Timmy laughed at his foolishness. It was just a bat, not scary at all. Just then, he heard soft footsteps approaching him from the other side of the cave. "Ben?" he
I don't know what
called
the
out.
fuck just happened, guys.
No
I'm sorry.
answer. "Ben, if that's you, stop it, it's not funny." The footsteps stopped. "Ben?" Little Timmy raised the light above his head, peering into the darkness, but he couldn't see anything. He walked further into the cave,
Yo, Ben,
every
this is some
muscle
spooky
tensing
shit.
in his body, willing him to turn back. But little Timmy was brave. He wouldn't run from footsteps. Just then, Timmy saw a dark figure move in the shadows. "Ben?" he called out. But it wasn't Ben. The dark figure leapt at Timmy, and the last thing he saw was the dark yellow eyes and sharp white teeth of a shaggy grey wolf.
Ben, is that you, goddammit?
Sorry guys about that weird, interruption. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's gonna be really weird, because it's gonna cut off from the first video into the third one, into the second one, sorry. Let's hope that there's no more stream glitches. Let's go. Ah, fuck. Yeet just. Ah. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Messing this up. Yo. Yo, I don't know what happened. Okay, let's just go. No.
2 days of rain followed little Timmy
Yeah, I don't
and
know what
Ben's
happened,
camping
man.
trip, clearing away their tracks. But their parents
Playing
still
a
searched
spooky
for
game,
them.
and now it's
A
telling me
whole
that I
search
actually have
party
one viewer, which
scoured
is
the
you.
forest, but
Because
it was
for a little
only on the
while,
second day
you'd be
that they
joining my
found
streams
Timmy
and
and
it
Ben's
wouldn't tell me.
campsite. The tents were torn and shredded. The food they hadn't eaten scattered across the floor, soggy marshmallows and sandwiches left by a fire that
Maybe it
had
updated, I
long
don't know.
since fizzled out. They never found Timmy or Ben. The only thing left was Ben's coat, caught on the prickly branches of a pine tree.
Yo, it's getting spooky up in this bitch. Why do you feel like an idiot? Ooh, I never noticed these things. Yeah, we're gonna get some lunch with my lady. Can I sit on these? Nah, that'd be cool if I could. Another stairs, but still. Why do you feel like an idiot? I don't know, Dylan. How do you get a Gen 1 team? Play the music, boss.
Night of the Missing Pet. Zombie loved his cat. He called her Emmy, and they went on all sorts of trips together. They went running by the river, climbing
yeah, they
over
did.
rocks, and lazing under trees. But the most fun was when they terrorized the local villagers of Wheatburn. Emmy would lure the villagers
So my
around corners
team, you
with her
have to
soft
trade.
meow, where Zombie would be waiting to scare them.
That's weird.
But now, those times were over. After their scare trips, Zombie would be tired, but Emmy was always still full of energy, so she would venture out into the wild on her own. Sometimes she wouldn't be back for days, but this time, it was much longer. After a week, Zombie went out searching, and he found her by the riverside, bruised and broken. The villagers had taken their revenge on his cat, Emmy. Zombie was stricken with grief and hate. His friend, the mad scientist, tried to comfort him, but Zombie couldn't shake it. The villagers need to pay, but they would wait. First, Emmy needed to be buried. Zombie took her body to the local graveyard, where he began to dig hard and fast. He didn't look up until he was surrounded by the dirt walls of the grave. When it was deep enough, he climbed out to get Emmy, but she was missing. He looked everywhere, but he couldn't find her. The only person who knew he was burying her tonight was himself and his friend, the mad scientist. Zombie looked up at his friend's castle. The lights were on in the windows, the strange contraptions working their green smoke. Maybe the mad scientist wasn't his friend after all.
Oh no, oh shit. I should fall to that straight through. No, just press that. No, press the button. Oh my, I almost tapped that with my dick. Jesus. Where you going? No, he just disappeared. You're right, okay. Hello. Can I steal you? I have your family as a hostage.
Zombie quickly ran up to the castle and burst through the door. "Mad scientist!" he yelled. "Where is my cat?" He raced through hallways of armored knights, shiny swords and crest shields, but he couldn't find the mad scientist's laboratory. Zombie would get lost in this castle before he found Emmy, but it didn't matter. He had to do it. He had to avenge her. He burst through door after door, pushing over armor stands and decorations through the castle. Destruction and rubble followed in Zombie's wake. He would level this castle to the ground if it meant finding Emmy, but he didn't have to. He turned a corner and saw the telltale green hue of his old friend's experiments. A tall iron door with metal grates stood in his way. "I'm coming, Emmy," Zombie said, and he pushed the door open.
A lot of holes around here. That's what she said. No! Didn't mean to do that. Well, now I'm stuck. Hey, look, one of those things. Do I just fall? Yep, fuck it. I'm not gonna do the Easter egg for this. Because there is an Easter egg where you can find outfits for each of the plays. Or movies, sorry. And it's a little hard to find them, so I'm not going to do that. Instead, we're going to quickly beat the game. God. Ghost popcorn.
The mad scientist's laboratory was just as difficult to navigate as the castle. Bottles and jars of strange green liquids sat on shelves and desks. Otherworldly tendrils poked out of walls, and mechanical spiders with human heads skittered across the floor. Zombie would destroy all of it if Emmy was harmed. Every last bottle and tube, every table and chair. Zombie would even tear down the stone walls. And the mad scientist himself? He would rip him apart like paper, shred him to pieces. First, those villagers killed his cat, and now his only friend stole her from him? No. Zombie would not stand for this. He ran through the laboratory, knocking things over as he went. The mechanical whirs of the mad scientist's machines droning in the distance. No doubt he was already performing experiments on Emmy, experiments that he was going to stop. The droning became louder. Zombie was getting closer. He heard a laughter coming from behind a door frame. He rushed to the door, and what he saw made his jaw drop. In the center of the room was Emmy, hooked up to a machine, alive and purring, a greenish tint to her fur.
I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Oh, I'm surprised I didn't die after that. I could do the pussies way and just.
Kia.
Oh. How the fuck are you supposed to hit those? Yo. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's how.
The following nights, the villagers of
Emmy, you
Wheatburn
look
knew
fucking
no
weird.
rest. Emmy let
Where's
out
Zombie
blood-curdling shrieks into the night,
Looks like a
and
lottery
Zombie
machine.
chased down any villager trying to find the noise. Even when she went alone, Zombie wasn't worried. Emmy was invincible now. She was a zombie, just like him.
Zombies are invincible. Alright. He can dream. Get out of here. Goes popcorn. Alright, last one left. The Wicked Pumpkin. Tiny spider. It's... Oh? But then I realized I have a Game Boy, my Game Boy and a link cable. Yeah, you do, don't you?
The Wicked Pumpkin. Shouts and screams chased the Witch of Westwick back to her hut in the forest. The locals had caught on. She had been too careless flying on her broom, and now they knew she was a witch. Over her shoulder, she could see the bright fires of torches, their light gleaming off the villagers' pitchforks and scythes. Her life near Westwick was over. She would have to set up somewhere else. But first, she had to deal with the peasants. Concoctions and potions
deal with the damn
raced through her
peasants.
head as she navigated her enchanted trees. An invisibility potion would do the trick, but she didn't have the right ingredients. She would have to improvise. Her cat was
Or
waiting at the
improvise with
doorstep, but she had no time to lose. She would only have a precious few minutes before the villagers would be at her door.
Dun dun! Whee! It's a lot of angry villagers. Is that an angry ass tree? Did I see an angry ass tree? Yeah, that's just a random jester. Yeah, break your face. They're pretty cool. Look at that. I could probably make that. Hey, if it's not cool. It's pretty cool though. I'm gonna get you, Spider. Where are you going? Spider? If it ain't that cool, then it's not.
Every second that passed, the shouts of the villagers grew louder. The witch raced around her hut, grabbing potions, roots and flowers and casting them into her cauldron. She didn't even know if what she was making would work. Her best hope was that it would grant her invisibility for just a short while, enough to be able to grab her most precious things and take off into the night. She grabbed the last of the ingredients and cast them into the cauldron.
See you later, Dylan.
Pumpkin innards, chicken leg, and begonia stem, then stirred vigorously. The liquid inside the cauldron turned orange, blue, and then simmered down to a green. It was done. The witch grabbed a spoon and carefully poured the liquid into a glass. It was now or never. She downed the glass and gulped down every drop. It burned her throat and clogged it like she had swallowed ash. Her eyelids became heavy and droopy. Her body felt like it was made of metal. Something was wrong. She stumbled and knocked over the cauldron. Her mind turned to green and orange, as if the only thing that existed was fire and flower stems. She could see a blazing sun burning over green grass fields, a young dandelion growing out of thick green leaves, green frogs jumping over a river tinged with streaks of orange rust, a large ripe pumpkin sitting in a vine-filled mud patch.
Oh shit. Yo. Is there an easier route to do that? Speak of the devil. Oh shit. Super easy. Whee! Whee! Let's try this one again. Yo, that's that's so fucked. I need a jumping head start. Oh. Yep, there it is. Be playing that Minecraft, my guy. Shit. Yeah, we about to hit Act 3. Boop.
When the witch finally escaped the madness of the potion, she tried to regain her bearings. A large scarecrow stood slanted off to her right, and all around her, she was surrounded by pumpkins. She had turned herself into a pumpkin. Aha! She thought to herself. I did it! I tricked those nasty peasants! She laughed inside her head with a mirth that only wicked witches turned into pumpkins could have. She hadn't intended to turn herself into a pumpkin, but it did the job. Now all she had to do was wait until the spell wore off. Then she'd be able to go on her merry way. But the witch had forgotten one thing. It was harvesting season, and she was a very large and magnificently ripe pumpkin. So, the witch waited, and waited, and the spell didn't wear off.
Oh shit. Hey, she gonna die. Hello. Totally forgot you were in there. I was just climbing up pumpkins because I could. Yo, I'm gonna do that the proper way. Where the fuck's the proper way? Oh, this is it, I guess. Wait. How did I end up in here? What the fuck? Well, I'm gonna do it, I guess, but like... I can't... What the fuck? Okay. You're swearing while playing Minecraft? Yes, I'm swearing. Oh, shit. Yo, 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 yo. Alright, I need to go to the exit. So weird. Here it is. Oh, that's cool. Should have went in the mouth of that. Ah, I guess I have a retry with that. Let's have a retry with that. Ah! Try it again. Through the mouth of the... Through the mouth of the scarecrow. Yo, take that narration, my guy.
Now the witch Westwick had finally disappeared, there was nothing on the mind of the farmers except their beautiful pumpkins.
Like
The
Gucci
pumpkin farmers of Westwick had a brilliant harvest that year. They had so many pumpkins that they were able to have pumpkin pie every night. The very first pumpkin they cut was such a beauty. They made a pie out of it for all the workers, sat around the table, scraping off every last morsel from their
There's
plates.
7 workers. Huh?
Every farmer agreed that there was something unnaturally good about the harvest that year.
That be cannibalism? I feel like that'd be cannibalism. Ooh, look at pumpkin plate. Thanks for playing the dropper. Yeah. Now, if you guys like these 2 videos, let me know, and I can do more. Or hell, I can go back and find all the outfits, because there is actually several. There's like 3 outfits that we can find. That little ghost lady gives us these. So, but anyway, I guess we're done here, so let's go to the exit. I guess Hawk's crew. Whoa. Okay. Let's try one of these and make it. Ow. There it is. Whoa. I mean, thank you to all those people for making this cool ass map. Now this map goes way into more depth than just what you guys saw. Like I said, there is mystery costumes that we can get. Come on now. Oh, come on. You can get in there. Come on now. Yo, get me in. Alright, let's go. Thank you to all these magical people. It's so hard to do this correctly. Whoa. But that's just a bunch of noises. People are taking a shower in the next room. Thank you, all those people. The Knox crew. I think that's called the Knox crew. I guess we're stuck in the theater. Right where we started.